Okay, so I've used a lot of smartwatches in the past, and I try to be simple. I don't use my smartwatch for anything more than just checking the time, keeping track of my health, and that's pretty much it. Anything more than that is just not really necessary to me. My daily driver of choice is the Samsung Gear S2. This is the best watch I've ever used, hands down. And in this video, I'm going to share with you what I like and don't like about it, and if it's still a good pick in 2019. So when I'm shopping for a new smartwatch, there's three things I usually look for: good design, usability, and great battery life. Now the Gear S2 checks all of those boxes. It has a great design, it looks really good. I've had a lot of people walk up to me and just ask, what watch is that? Where'd you get it? It happens all the time when I'm on my way home at the bus. Like if I'm sitting next to someone, there's a 60% probability that they're gonna ask me what watch I'm wearing. So it's a pretty good looking watch, and that's like a huge selling point for me. Like I don't care if a watch has time travel, it has to look good to be on my wrist. It's also built pretty well, everything looks sturdy, and it feels pretty premium. Because of course it's made of premium materials, you're not gonna find any plasticky finishes on this. It's mostly metal. Now the battery life is the one thing that kind of kept me from buying this watch in the first place. I read almost all the reviews on Amazon before I got it, like I always do that. I can't just buy a product without looking at reviews. And I read so many reviews, and a lot of customers were complaining about pretty bad battery life. And that really ticked me off. Like, is it gonna take me through the whole day? Like, that was a really big concern. But from my usage with this watch, I can tell you that this watch has really great battery life. Like, I've gone through a whole day with just 20% battery. And it really has a nice feature where it turns the screen to a grayscale at 5%, and that 5% can take you the whole day without charging, and it is really insane. The battery life on this is crazy. If you have read reviews on Amazon that kept you from buying this watch, I'm going to tell you now that the battery life is really good, and you shouldn't be bothered by that. So for battery life, I really don't have too many complaints. However, the way it charges is kind of a love-hate relationship. So it's a small battery and it charges up pretty fast, but I do have a serious problem with the way it charges, but more on that later. So let's talk about usability. So the Samsung Gear S2 is a pretty usable device. It's pretty easy to use. It's using Samsung's Tizen OS, which a lot of people say they don't like. I personally don't have a problem with it. It feels really nice and it's pretty simple to understand. And I also like the twisting dial on the watch. Like you can just twist it to control and switch between menus. It's better than covering the screen and fingerprints if you ask me, and I really like that feature a lot. So the watch itself has a really nice screen. It's an OLED screen, so everything looks crispy on it. By the way, this is a pretty big watch. Like I realized that the first time I put it on. It looks small on screen, but I'm gonna tell you, it's the biggest watch I've ever bought. At first it felt kind of uncomfortable. I was fidgeting with it a lot because I was just sweating on my wrist, so it does take a little getting used to, but it's not something that should buy. So about the way this watch charges, you're not gonna be able to use any other charger but the one that comes in the box. And that is really annoying. It charges wirelessly and it's a small battery, so it charges up pretty fast. But because of the way the watch is built, it's kind of difficult to charge it. Like when I'm coming back home, I just want to throw my watch on my table, throw it on the wireless charging pad and just forget about it. It's gonna be charging, no problem. But now I gotta take out the charger from my desk. I gotta plug it in, I gotta take off my watch and then put it on the charger, and I still gotta charge my phones. It is just a pain in the behind, to be honest. And but other than that, I really can't think of anything else to complain about this watch, because at the end of the day, it really has more pros than cons. And by the way, another pro that I like is that it's water resistant, so you can just pop in the shower with this. And wait, does anyone really go in the shower with their watch? Like, why would you want to use a watch in the shower? Anyway, if you're that weird, you can do that. You're not gonna have any problems with this watch. So yeah, that is really a bonus. And for your money, this watch is by far a bang for buck, and it is still relevant, of course, in 2019. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it helped somehow. Leave a like on this video if it did. And of course, subscribe for more content. And I'm gonna catch you guys in the next video.